Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikum salam. How are you doing, Akhi?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine, Alhamdulillah. And how are you all?
Alhamdulillah. Akhi. I'm sorry I got late. I was driving. I had to pick up my family and come home, put baby to sleep, and then. So
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem, no problem. As long as you're here, Alhamdulillah, everything fine.
Alhamdulillah. Sorry, Friday was miscommunication.
Yeah. I saw that. It happens sometimes.
How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
How's the family?
Alhamdulillah, everyone doing fine. Alhamdulillah.
How's your brother's family doing?
My brother's family, yeah, they are adjusting. They're adjusting and trying to cope up. There are a lot of things he had. Like he was doing some building. He was a builder, so there are a lot of outstanding things they have to take care, like paying off the debts and taking care of a lot of things. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, Faisal is here.
Assalamualaikum.
عليكم السلام يا محمد. محمد قسماني.
How are you?
سلام يا أخي كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله أخي. How are you, Sheikh?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. It's been a long time seeing you. I've seen your voice actually.
I apologize. I got a little ill, so I had to drop off.
Okay.
But Alhamdulillah, I am back to normal.
Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Very good to hear that.
Back into the groove. I hear you guys doing work, MashaAllah.
Welcome you back.
Jazakallah khair. A pleasure to be back.
Alhamdulillah. Very good. Are you going to record this meeting, Akhi?
Yes.
Tanvir?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want, we can start while Faisal is trying to join.
Up to you.
Yeah. We'll give for I think 2 minutes. We'll give it exactly 2 minutes. Then we'll start.
Okay. Inshallah. So, how is the weather in? You're in Hyderabad, right? Sorry, was it Bangalore?
Yeah, right? Bangalore. Right now it's raining. It rains every now and then. So other than that, it's very nice. That's very nice. No cold, no hot. It's just raining whenever Allah wants. Actually, Allah wills.
The rain can be mercy or adab, right?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah, sometime a few days back, actually, it was flooding over here. A few days back, but now it's not flooding. It's just raining. Kind of moderately, it's raining moderately. So Alhamdulillah, it is good actually.
MashaAllah. How's you've lived in different continents.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, yes.
Now you're well adjusted to India?
Yes, Alhamdulillah, yes. Yes, now I'm actually dedicated to whatever causes over here in India. I cannot leave for some time now.
Okay. I see. Allah make it easy for you and your family.
Ameen.
And, I guess we're just chit-chatting. Do you have any question for us? Anything you want to know?
Okay, that's a good question. Alhamdulillah. I just wanted to know actually, what is your ilm level of you, Brother Tanvir?
Wow, I'm a very illiterate person, I think.
Yeah, I cannot believe that, but you can say more actually. You can say more to complete the sentence. Starting point. It's a humble starting point. I understand that. So.
No, not much. It's just learned the basics. Learned read few books at some shuyukh, and that's about it.
I mean, actually, have you learned or have you joined any groups, like whatever groups you have in Canada or?
No. So, in terms of joining groups and things, like we generally stayed away from a lot, but we used to help out Al-Maghrib in the initial days.
Yeah.
Al-Maghrib, yes. Yeah, and then so Muhammad and myself, we used to attend Al-Maghrib classes, and then We did some dawah work, like street dawah work, and and we did some other Islamic work. And then I joined Mercy Mission, I think, in 2009, 2010. I worked with them for 2 or 3 years. I volunteered for a couple more years, and then still now here and there I volunteer. But uh, like my dedication has never been to an organization at an ideological level, if you like. Um, I mean, Mercy Mission was, I guess, at some point ideologically driven. But as you mature, you grow and you travel, you see the world, and you understand different things, then your world re-expands. And so, kind of, we try to stay away from groups and things, and just focus on ourselves. Try to do some dawah work while we're here living in the West. Especially, we need to be active propagating Islam or Islamic work. Although we don't have much of reasons to live here. I mean, economic reasons is questionable, but there's room for debate. But otherwise, that's about it. Yeah, like actually, I remember having some conversations with Dr. Bilal Phillips back in the days about joining groups and this and that. And alhamdulillah, he was able to guide us when we were young, still in university, and help us navigate through different groups and uh, different tariqas and different things that are out there. Alhamdulillah, we learned from him and from other teachers. And I guess basic policies: stay safe, stay away from the fringes. Some people we have. Because we've had issues in Canada and things like that. Some people that we used to know, you know have had some issues and things like that. So just always trying to stay safe. And for the past 5 years, you can see I've been just trying to slowly build up Tanzeel, and just working on this one project, one program, and trying to build systems, policies, procedures, so that inshallah we can build an institution that is dedicated to teaching the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we're, if you like, a non-sectarian approach, in a way that we don't, obviously we use Sunni sources for teaching and everything. However, our teachers, for example, don't talk about different groups and uh, madahibs and different things. So we're basically very basic level of dawah, because most average Muslims are not, in fact, connected to Islam, connected to the Quran to begin with. So to deal with things like that, we didn't find it beneficial. We just primarily focus on trying to get them connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, get them to pray, read Quran, just do basic fara'id, right? So that's basically his summary, if you like.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, MashaAllah. Very good to hear about all of that, Alhamdulillah. We'll discuss more, inshallah. So,
Inshallah.
future calls, inshallah. So,
Faisal,
let's
are you
start if you guys
there?
are all ready. Yeah, Faisal is here.
Can you hear us?
Faisal, you can talk back, Faisal. He said that so I was just chatting with him on the WhatsApp.
Okay.
He said that he had some audio issues, some sound issues. So I
Okay.
don't know whether he's hearing us or not. And I
Right.
told him that we're starting. He said,
Let's
"Yeah,
start.
we can go ahead and start." So inshallah, we'll start without any delay.
Yeah,
Bismillah,
inshallah.
so inshallah, in this demo, I will be showing you the single schedule, the student single schedule, and it's not that easy to show because it's like the business logic over here we're trying to show you. But inshallah, I will try my best to show you. And
Inshallah.
actually, I wanted to show you actually how we have implemented it so that you guys can understand it and ask questions. That's my purpose.
Okay.
And because just not the GUI I want to show you, it's also what's behind. But that is it's not easy because I need to show you the database and other things. So So we'll see, inshallah, what we can.
Okay,
Okay, let me
Fadl.
share my screen. 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. I'm trying to, yeah, screen share. If you're seeing my screen, let me know. Oh, okay, if you see my screen, let me know.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so I have actually two windows open, one on Chrome and another on Firefox. Let me see 1 minute. Okay, here. Here is this is the one in Chrome where I'm going to log in as a student over here. And here the window in Firefox, I'm going to log in as the administrator to show you the teacher settings. So let me log in as the student over here. And I have actually selected two students, one one with gender male and one with the gender female, to show you how it is going to match with a male teacher and a female teacher, and with the preferences set as a student and the teacher. Inshallah, we'll see one by one. Inshallah. And I'm going to log in as the student over here, student with the gender male.
Okay, inshallah, go ahead.
So I logged in as the student, and you can see the preferences. Here is my name is shown and my age preferences are shown. And actually, we changed the drop down like you told us to change. Remember, the drop down was earlier was a plain simple drop down. We changed it to the styling you have given us now. You can see this one. And okay, let's go down. And I see this is the gender, male, female, and the here is the location or time zone selection, and here is the learning goals preferences for the student. Okay, now let me show you the teachers and then how it's going to match. I'm going to show you that. If you're done seeing this, let me know. If you're done seeing this or you want me to scroll up and scroll down, let me know. Hello, you can.
Yeah, go ahead. We can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to log in as the administrator over here. Sorry, I need to click the sign in link. I'm logging in as the admin in another window. Okay, I logged in as an admin. It took a while. I don't know why it took that much time. Okay, I can navigate to the teachers, all teachers, male teachers. Male teachers, let me pick Ilal Phillips because actually I did configure him for to match my preferences. To shorten the time for the demo, I already configured these teachers to match with a preference of some students. We can change this. We can change these preferences and see how it works also, inshallah, if we have time for all that. So here is a teacher profile, which is like a basic profile, and there is a gender male here. That is what to our interest right now. And we have the time zone set to Egypt for this teacher. And the rest is not our concern right now for this demo. And for the age group speciality, we have actually marked this teacher for both the age groups. These two age groups, we have marked this teacher. And teaching area speciality, we have selected these for this teacher. And the course availability and language right now, it's not a concern for our demo right now. So let me stop here and let me show you the schedule of the teacher. Unless you have any question, if I'm going too fast, let me know at any point of time.
Yeah.
Going too fast, or you want me to
You
slow
can
down?
proceed, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. And now I'm clicking the schedule. See, actually, how we have done currently, how we have implemented currently is in this schedule, we have like three options. You know that you can create a weekly schedule. You can create so actually you can say available and all that, and in the schedule frequency, you can say daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and just once, right? All that. So how we have implemented now, right now, is whenever you basically you need to create the weekly schedule for the teacher. Daily and other schedules actually we don't care. All other schedules we don't care. We look only at the weekly schedules for the purpose of matching the student with the teacher. We look at the weekly schedule basically. So I have actually I have created for this teacher weekly schedule. Nothing, nothing for Sunday. As you can see, it's all empty. For Sunday, it's all empty. And on Monday, I put this teacher from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. As was available for the weekly available. I put 12 to 1 as not available, and I have put from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Available. And for the Tuesday, I done the same for the Tuesday. And the same actually. And for the Wednesday, I have put 10 to 11 a.m. for the weekly, just for purpose of testing. And I have also created a 11 a.m. But this with the schedule of daily it will ignore for the purpose of matching the student with the teacher. It will look only at the weekly schedule. It will not look at the daily or annual or yearly schedule. It will not look at that. So it will ignore all that and look only at the weekly schedule.
Okay,
Okay,
just
yes,
two,
please.
two
Yeah, please.
questions. So this is in Cairo time zone.
Yes. Correct.
And we can't
Correct.
we can't select this time zone for this purpose yet, right?
Say again.
Can we select a different time zone hypothetically, like for
Yeah,
this?
of course, you can. Yeah, of course, you can. You can change whatever time zone you want, and it will automatically calculate the time zone of the student's time zone. So I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Show you all that. I'm going to show you all that, inshallah. And at that time, you can ask question, or at the time, you can whatever you have, inshallah. You can tell.
And so
Yes, please.
the one that has 10 a.m. available in pink, for example, I
Yeah.
assume it's a repeating one. Is that?
Yeah, no, but actually, it's not that a good data. Actually, I have done a mistake. Actually, it should not be ending at this one. Should not actually the weekly schedule should not be starting and ending like this. This is actually kind of invalid. It should end on the same day. It should basically end on the same day. And let me go and fix it. Actually, fix it. Actually, it should not go until 30th. It should end at the same day. Actually. It doesn't make any sense to define the weekly schedule stretching for like a week, 2 weeks. That doesn't make any sense. That's it.
So
Okay.
basically, so what does daily mean? Daily
Please,
means
please.
every day, like, or daily means just
Again.
for today, for that day.
Sorry.
When you select schedule frequency,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If we select daily, does it mean it happens every day?
Daily. Yes,
Every
correct.
day.
And daily means every day of the month. Every day of the month, something the teacher wants to schedule for whatever. Well, actually, we are not using it currently for our matching the classes. And this annually means yearly means once in a year, something he wants to schedule for the
Okay, I see. So daily means every day of the month. Weekly means
month. We look
every
only at the weekdays.
once in every
Yes.
week. That's what that means. And then
Day
monthly
of
means
the week.
once in
Actually,
every
week is the
month.
day of the week.
Okay.
Yes. The weekly is actually day of the
So
week. Every week you will do the same thing.
okay, so for our purpose, we should do just once. Is that
The
what
weekly.
you should select, or daily?
Say again. What's the
For
question?
our purpose, because each slot is different, right? Separate from each other. Let's
Correct.
say so.
Correct.
Can we select just once?
No. What I'm trying to tell you is actually for our purpose, you need to select only weekly. For our purpose, what you need to do is to ideally month of the year, any month, it doesn't matter. You just need to go and define for the Sunday till Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday till Saturday, whatever the weekly schedule of the teacher, you need to go and define for our
Okay.
purpose.
So if
For our
I
purpose.
want, if
So
I
it will
want.
ignore the daily and other things. It will ignore it. Right now, it will ignore the daily, monthly, yearly. We don't have any business logic for those right now.
Okay, so what? So the way our system works right now, just to clarify, is
Yes.
that teachers, let's say, have 40-hour weekly
Right.
schedule, right? And they're
Right.
working, let's say, 5 days, 8 hours a day. Now,
Right.
how do we do all these slots? Do we make, so for example, Monday 9 a.m. we have to make 5 slots for the week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Is that what we have to do, or do we select just Monday and then we say it's a daily thing and then it happens every week, every day of the week, like that? So
No,
if
you
you
need to. Yes, please. Yes, please.
go to the week view, right, for
Yeah. Yeah.
example.
Week view. Uh-huh. Week view.
Okay,
Okay.
so what do we see in the week view?
Week view is actually so it will only give you the details. So it can, for that week which you have selected for that week. So if you go to the week view for whatever week we have data, it will show you what are the availability or whatever we have actually selected for that week will show you.
Okay,
So it
but
will only
it
show you
does
the
not
details. It will only show you the
it
details.
but it does not repeat
Sorry.
every week. It does not repeat the same thing every week.
No, no, no. No, 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 it will not. It will not. It will not. Graphically, it may not reveal. See, actually,
Graphically.
no, it will not repeat.
Okay, so but on database it will.
Yes, yes, of course. Of course. You will use the database. Actually,
Uh,
since we are using this control, this calendar control, whatever we are using,
yeah,
so and our so actually it's not very much synchronized our the database and what are
yeah.
the functionalities given by this calendar control. It's not completely synchronized. So
Okay.
basically, yes, yes. But actually, we have that functionality also on this calendar control. So we need to see how to use it. I mean, like what you said, it's also possible with this calendar control, but we need to see how to use it. But right now, what we are doing is all these are like you are just saving to the database all the weekly schedules. So our business logic will assume whenever you say weekly,
Yeah,
it will repeat perpetually for every
every
week of
week.
the day. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, every week. With this for the same day, let's say Monday, it will repeat perpetually for every week, like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So but visually that's not showing.
Yeah, visually it's not showing. Yes, you're right. Visually it's just loading. And if it is your requirement, inshallah, we can do it as well. Do it as well.
So
It's
yeah,
not
so that's the part of the
it's not a
visual
limitation.
part.
It's not a limitation. It's not a limitation, inshallah. If you require it, inshallah, we can look into it, and hopefully we can do it, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. If you could look into it, because otherwise, like, it
Sure.
could be confusing.
Otherwise, it will look
Yeah,
confusing, right? Okay,
yeah,
inshallah. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. Good, inshallah. Yeah, actually, if you remember those questions in the email, I was actually targeting on that. Actually, I don't know how much I was able to communicate. I was
yeah.
actually targeting on that, and if you remember all my questions on this issue. But Alhamdulillah, so in this meeting, actually, we are learning more on how to do it, inshallah.
Okay,
How
sure.
to how to do things, inshallah.
And like, is
Okay.
it intentional that for example, calendar is just automatically for that month? We can't go to a next month or something like that.
No, 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 no. It's not intentional.
Okay.
But
So
by default,
if
and we
we
can
click
go to
on that arrow.
whatever month we want.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Hello. Hello. Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Okay.
see Abdullah too, but I don't know if he can hear us.
Just wait.
I see his screen still sharing.
Yeah. Okay, so he's finally dropped off.
Yeah, I think it's gonna join.
Just wanted to let you know, my brother is looking for a job, huh?
He graduated, mashallah.
Yeah.
So many jobs available for entry level coders, man.
Huh? Hello? What are you saying?
It's available, alhamdulillah, for entry level programming.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Hmm. If you come across anything, let us know, inshallah.
I will, inshallah. I will.
Yeah, what's happening?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Salam, yes.
I'm sorry for that. I
Walaikum
don't know
salam.
what happened. I lost the audio suddenly, and after some time the meeting ended, so I had to join again. I don't know what happened.
No problem, inshallah. Go ahead.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So let's continue again. Yeah, actually, you asked some question in the middle. What is it clear or you
No,
want to
no. So
continue?
you asked, you answered my question about the calendar view, right? So which
Oh
is
yeah. Okay,
the
Alhamdulillah.
different months.
Okay,
So
let's
you,
let's just continue the demo,
yes, go
inshallah,
ahead.
and then we can discuss more after that, inshallah. So let me go back to where I was. Okay, I was here showing you the students basically selections over here, and I was actually showing you the teachers selection in another window. And actually, I showed you the schedule on the weekly schedule. A little bit I will discuss about that on the weekly schedule. Okay. Now I will be continuing with the student to see what time it's going to match for this student, inshallah. So I will be continuing with the flow with the flow actually. So here is
Sure,
the
go ahead.
next. Yes, it's the next the screen for him is to continue. Click the continue button. Okay, it shows the option of single and multiple day. If you guys can able to mute, actually I can hear some noise. If you both can mute, will be better, inshallah. Yeah. Yes, it's no, it's no better now, alhamdulillah. So actually, after I'm done with the profile screen, it shows me these two options: it's a single day and multiple day. And actually, I'm going to select the single day. As you can see in this screen, it shows the logo, it shows a single day, it shows the time zone over here, time zone, and then it shows all the weekdays over here, and it's actually telling me on Sunday, and unfortunately it could not able to find anything. The reason is we don't have any data available in the scheduler. I left it, I want it intentionally empty for Sunday to show you that. Actually, if you go to the schedule, we don't have any time scheduled for the teacher on Sunday. It's all empty, which is the reason it's showing empty over here. But if you go and click Monday, it is actually showing me all the time slots available for Monday. It's all showing it to me over here. And like you asked me that question last time about the time zones, currently it's showing all the time for the Indian Standard Time. So it has converted that time slots of the teacher who is in the Egypt time zone into the Indian time zone and then showing us over here. If in case if I want to see this data in another time zone, not in Indian time zone, for example, if I want to see in Egypt time zone, for example, I can go and go to this. I can go and actually type here also Egypt, and I can click Egypt. Then it will show everything in the Egypt time zone right now. Or I can even pick whatever time zone I want over here. I can even say Canada, and it should show me in Canadian time zone. Canada CNT is good. I don't know. CNT EST. Let's take the CST actually. CST, and it's showing me in actually CST of Canada right now. So basically, we have the like I told you, this screen we are actually converting the time according to the time. So basically, we show by default whatever the time zone of the student will show by default, and we give the option for the student to pick from this time zone list and then convert to any time zone he want, and we show the time according to the time zone. But okay, and once we are done with this, so basically, likewise, I can also see on Tuesday. So it is actually showing me some time slots will be being available. And Wednesday is also showing me some time slots available. And Thursday also is showing. And Friday it has no data, so it's not showing anything. And Saturday also Saturday it has no data, so it's not showing anything. And if I want to show you something else, I want to go and change the teacher's preferences and show you how it is doing the matching for the teacher's preferences as well as the schedule. If I go and change the age group for this age group or any preferences for this teacher, it will not match. I'll show you this. Let's this here is the age group we have. I have here. I have here a teacher specialty. If I go and remove these two specialty, then that student will not see this teacher actually. Will not see the teacher because we are matching it. So let me take this off, this two off, and let me put the Qiraat instead, and let me submit, which will save the data. Now at this point, if I go and log in back again as the student and come for a match, it should not match with that teacher. I'm actually logging back as a student. It shows the profile screen, which is like you see here, we have he has his preference study tafsir and perfect tajweed is what he has, which is basically not matching with the teacher's with the teacher's preferences. It's not matching with the teacher. And if I continue, it will not match. It should not match now. Let's see what happens. I click single day. I come to Sunday, it has no data. Even earlier, it has no data. And Monday, it was showing some data earlier. And now, as you can see, it's not showing any data on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, it's not showing any data right now because it's trying to match and there is no match right now. So if I go and put this back, remove this, I can also keep whatever I want. So let me go and submit this.
Okay, what happens when you select just one
Yes,
instead of two?
Yeah, you can do that also. So if you do only one, see basically what it is trying to do. That's a good question actually. Actually, you can do one also. Yeah, you can do only one also. Let's do it. If I do only advanced tafsir, for example, and save it. So basically, how we are doing the matching is the teacher can have as many as they wish, but the student, we actually student should be a subset of what the teacher can teach basically. So teach the student whatever he has, it should match with the teacher. If it doesn't match, it will not be listed as a match. So we'll see in this case what happens in this case. Actually, we will save the advanced tafsir and we'll log out and log in again. Okay, in this case, he has actually two of them studied, selected. In my opinion, it should not match. It will not match in this case because he has two of them selected. If he unselect this, it will match. This is in my opinion. Okay, so let's try this with two selected. It should not match in this case. So in this case, we have like study tafsir and perfect tajweed because he has the goal of he has the learning goals put to study both. So we try to match a teacher who has the teaching specialty of the both. So if we don't find a match, we should not show. We will see this, and then we will after this we will go and select only one and try. Let me continue. Single day. Sunday there is no data. It was also no data. And Monday there is no data right now. So like I told you, it is actually trying to pull a teacher with an exact match currently, with exact match. It's not doing a loose match, but it's doing an exact match. If you want to change the business logic, yes, we are. We can change as well if you want. Let me go and let me go to the same student and remove one of them and see what happens. Now when the landing goes, let me remove the tajweed because so on the teacher we don't have tajweed. Let me keep only the tafsir. And then continue, save. Then click single day. Now it should show some data. And Sunday we have no data, and Monday it should show some data. So like you can see here, it shows all the available time slots for Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday should show the data for here. So this is the logic we are using for the matching. It is actually matching exactly what is say in the teacher profile and exactly what is in the student profile. The only difference is on the teacher it can be as many as wish. Basically, if you select everything on the teacher, it will match also. Or if you select only one on the teacher, also it will match. So you can select everything, or you can select actually all, or you can say multiple at the teachers, and on the students you need to put only what the student wants. So in that case, it will match. But if the student's preference are more than teacher, it will not match. If it is equally, if it is equal, it will also match. So that's the logic we are using. And if you want us to change, we can change it also, inshallah, not a problem. The same thing applies for the best for and everything else also. The same thing applies. Yeah, at this point, I want to ask you if there is any question at this point. Any questions or comment suggestions at this point?
So just to recap, if the student selects one option, one from the three that the teacher has,
right,
the student will see the options.
Right, true.
However, if the student selects any option that the teacher doesn't have,
yes,
then the system doesn't show.
It will not match. Correct. Exactly. So basically, we are doing an exact match kind of. We're doing an exact match. Loose match or something, you can give us a business logic, inshallah, we'll do that. We will do
okay. How about if there's multiple teachers showing with the same thing?
Yes, multiple will come in the multiple schedule. Yeah, actually we have an option called multiple schedule. Like we have currently we are now working on the single day schedule. Yeah, basically I don't know your question. So, sorry, you can rephrase the question again. Ask again.
No. What if there's multiple? Maybe we're not there yet. Maybe I'm because I've kind of missed out a few things that we can clarify. But what if there's multiple teachers with the same criteria?
Yeah, okay.
And how does it show the schedule?
Yeah, fine. That's a good question. Actually, what we have implemented is the utilization ranking. Basically, we look at which teacher is least utilized, and we use that teacher over here. And
okay.
in this functionality of single day, we will automatically match with only one teacher. And if it is kind of more than one match, then we use the least utilization logic.
Okay. So I have a question here. So this is, I guess, a little bit of a detailed question. So what we had envisioned, just let me kind of explain what we had envisioned, is that, for example, let's say I want classes on Monday and I'm just interested in improving my reading, for example.
Right.
Okay. Now, at that point, so now I go into the system. Now there are, let's say, 10 teachers that are matching my profile. Right?
Okay.
Now, from these 10 teachers, what I would see is I would see an aggregate. I would see a summary of all the times. So in fact, I would see times available on every single day, literally, because pretty much we have teachers available on every single day. And then when a student selects a time, right,
Okay. Okay.
from the available times, then the system would
Okay. Okay. Okay.
do
Okay.
the
Okay.
ranking and then
Okay.
basically assign the teacher. When
Okay.
the
Okay.
system is showing the schedule, it's not going to show the schedule of one teacher, but it's going to show the
Okay.
schedule of
Okay.
all the teachers that
I
match
understand. I
this
understand. Okay.
criteria,
I understand.
right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 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 it makes sense. It makes sense. So basically, what you're saying. Okay, let me ask you.
Yes.
What if for the single time slot for a particular specific time slot, like in this case 12:30 p.m.
Yes.
What if there are more than one teacher available? So
Ah,
what do you?
exactly. So when there is more than one teacher available, let's say I select 12:30 p.m. When there's more than one teacher available, what happens is the system should select the teacher with the lowest utilization rate.
I mean, like we will not show both, right? We will show only one, and we will show that one that is least utilized. Correct? That is
No,
what we
but
will show,
it's a
right?
common time between the both. For example, if there are two teachers, let's say teacher Ahmed and teacher Jamal, right? Both have 12:30 p.m. available, right? Now the
Yeah.
system should
Which
show
whose data will bring over here? Yes, yes. My
the
question: whose data will
system
bring over here?
system should, in our logic, system should treat it as a one single time slot for which both teachers are available. So actually,
Okay.
you're right.
Instead of
However,
yeah, that's not
however,
that easy. Yes, please.
yeah. However, let's say 1:30 p.m. only Ahmed is available, Jamal is not available,
Okay.
right? But the student really wants 1:30 p.m.
Okay. 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 I see. I see your point. I see your point.
Right? Then what do you do? So
Correct.
that's
Correct.
why the timing. So what we thought about is that so the system aggregates the time,
Okay.
like
I understand.
aggregate meaning compiles the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I
And
understand.
then so instead of writing 12:30 p.m. for 10 teachers, 12:30, 12:30, 12:30, it just creates one shows one occurrence of 12:30. However,
Right.
there
Right.
could be 10 teachers behind 12:30, one
Right. Right.
teacher behind 1:30, two teachers behind 2:30, five teachers behind one let's say 5:30, like that. Okay?
Okay. I
So
understand.
there could be x number of teachers at for each
Okay.
of these time slots. Now when a
Okay. Okay.
student
I can
selects
say
the
that
time,
it's our yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes.
after the
Yes. Correct.
student
Correct.
selects the time, because now the objective here is to show students the most amounts of time so that we show them the flexibility, uh,
Right. Right. I understand.
right, so that they can select from any of the time, because all of these teachers match their criteria anyway. So then at that point we should give them the option, all the options if we like, without them having to browse through each teacher
Correct.
profile separately,
Correct. 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 Exactly. Right.
but just to just a summary of times.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I understand. No, actually, we missed out that we are currently showing only one teacher data.
Yeah,
Although we are matching with all the teachers, and we are actually picking only one teacher based on the
yeah,
least utilization. Now I understand it's wrong over here. We need to bring the data of all the teachers who are matching the criteria,
yes.
and then once the student selects the time slot, then we will do the list utilization logic,
Selection,
correct?
exactly. Yes,
List
yes,
utilization logic we'll do after. Now we are doing it before,
yes,
which is incorrect.
yes.
Okay, okay, let me take a note of this, inshallah, and implement this, inshallah.
Okay,
And in the
barakallah.
next demo, you can see this, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, so we can continue, or are you having any
Yeah,
other questions over
no,
here?
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, at this point,
Actually, I
yes,
have one
please.
more point.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
So when, for example, a student selects an option for which the teacher is not available, right?
Okay, okay,
Let's say I'm thinking we'll probably change the wording of some of the options for the students. For example, because we wrote study tafsir, and then on the selection, for example, on the teacher criteria, sorry, teacher qualification, we worded as advanced tafsir. So maybe
yeah.
we would word it similarly so that maybe student understands that that's why they're here or that's why they're not here, to kind of make it more efficient. I think we need to do that.
Okay.
in terms of the
Fine, inshallah, no
options,
problem.
inshallah. So we'll update. I'll send you. I'm thinking about this, right?
Okay, okay, no
The
problem.
question I have is, what if, for example, a student selects that they want to perfect the Druid, for example, and
Okay.
and then um, and then they also select that they want to do advanced tafsir, for example, right? Now, is it possible for us to communicate to the student that we couldn't find a teacher matching the ability to teach advanced tajweed, right? For
Okay.
example, sorry,
Okay.
advanced tafsir.
Okay.
However, um, for example, all of our teachers can teach basic tafsir and advanced tajweed, and these are the options. Do you think we could do something like that? Like,
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, of course we can do. Actually, basically at that point we are changing we're changing how we are doing the matching. Actually, after we
yes,
give the option, after we give the
yes,
option to the student,
yeah,
actually we were doing an exact match, and
yeah.
on the background we are doing exact match. And now since it did not match anything, we are asking the student, do you want to make a loose match? Right,
Yes,
loose match. And if the
yes.
student agrees, then we will make a loose match and show. Yeah, that's fine with us. Of course, no problem for us.
Okay,
So
so
it'll be good, but it'll add like a few more interaction with the student. It'll add like few more interaction.
yeah, so what I was thinking is basically if you go back to the other screen where
Yeah.
the search result comes out, if you go,
Okay.
so let's say search result, go continue, right?
Yeah.
So single day, okay.
Right.
So for example, here, how you see at the bottom, actually, if you go on Sunday,
Okay.
huh, here it says, unfortunately, system couldn't find exactly what you were looking for, right? Um, However, here are some other teachers that match. For example,
Okay.
here's here are some other options from teachers that match. Closest in whatever, right? Some
Right.
words,
Right.
and then that gives
Right.
some options.
Sure.
So the student doesn't miss out on seeing anything, right?
Right.
However, like I'm just trying to think, like, what if we could broaden it into that, and that way we don't necessarily have to design another screen. The message you have, for example, so if you go on Monday, right? If you go on Monday,
Right. Right. I will wait. Okay. Okay.
so you see the time frames where at 1:30 p.m. and all this starts
Yeah.
coming up. So what we would
Yeah.
do is we right under the selection box and above the timing box, right?
Okay. Yeah,
1:30
over here.
p.m.
Okay.
In that space, yeah. So we would put the text, for example. Unfortunately, the system couldn't find a teacher for advanced tafsir, for example,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Um, and I
Oh.
can only envision it for
Okay. Okay.
advanced
Okay. Okay.
students, really, not really for anything else, because
Okay.
not all our teachers can teach advanced tafsir, but everyone can teach, for example, advanced tajweed. So the idea is, unfortunately, the system couldn't find someone for this. However, all our teachers can teach basic tafsir along with advanced tajweed. Um,
Okay.
Please consider the following times and something
See,
like that.
we have here like three or four things on the criteria. So, but now
Yes,
you're focusing only on the teacher specialty area. Only you're focusing. So
yes.
basically, we might not have a match because of the age group is different. Because the age group selection is different, right? And we might not have a match
Yeah,
because of the
so
specialty area.
exactly. Yeah, so
Yes,
I'm
please.
not worried about. So there are two. So inshallah, actually, mashallah, this is a very good point you brought up. So age group is not something we will change typically, because it's some teachers either teach children or they don't teach children. So
Right.
that's a hard and fast thing. For example, right? We're not going to change that. It's not going to be fluid. Teaching area is specialty, however, it's somewhere where we want to suggest, for example, right? So for example, if a student cannot read, right, and we have teachers who don't like to teach students who can't even read, then that would be a hard and fast rule. So that's got okay. The only area where I see is a little bit of gray is area
The
of
area of specialty.
specialty,
Okay,
right?
fine. Alhamdulillah.
Because it's sometimes it's fluid, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I
And
agree.
but we still want to give the students
I agree.
options.
I agree. It looks good to me. Yeah.
Okay,
If you
so
can
I
able to
would,
add a note, or you can send us an
yeah, yeah,
update on that user story, inshallah,
yeah. So
we will implement
I
it.
will, I will send that, inshallah.
Yes, please. So we will consider that as an official note from you
Yeah,
instead of just in the meeting we are now discussing currently. So
yeah.
whatever you send, inshallah, we'll more than happy to implement it, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So we can continue. If you have any
Yes.
other question or
No,
points,
no,
please
no.
let us know. Because actually, this you can take as much time as you want because we want to understand the exactly what the business logic we have to implement and which is good for the system, which is good for Tanzeel. So we don't need to worry about. And if we want to understand here at this point from your side, whatever feedback you have, it could be now or it could be even later. Or you can also say
No,
this.
no.
So
Jazakallah
this,
khair. This is good. Actually,
very good. Alhamdulillah.
I have one more feedback.
Please go ahead.
If you go up, um,
Go
just
up to where?
scroll up, just scroll up a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
So one thing I'm noticing is, for example, in terms of the font sizes and everything else,
Yeah. Yeah.
like there is a little bit of disparity. Is this from design or like what's the primary cause? You see, single day, for example, the font for that is small, and it select the day, but then everything else here is big.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Uh, is
It's
this
kind of.
something?
I thought it's kind of coming from the design. So basically, this like we have like multiple hands here, basically working on multiple hands
Okay,
here. I need to check. I need to check where is the product. I need to check really. I need to really come. I cannot answer it like this. I just need to go and check the design
okay,
and what was in your design and what was being actually delivered to us from Naushad's team and what our team has done. I have to compare these three. If it's from
okay.
design, then I will tell it's your issue. I mean, you need to you need to increase the font in the design. I would say like that. If it is
Yes,
in the design,
okay.
or you can also tell right now if you want to make any other fonts kind of bigger, we can easily do it. Then you don't need to go through a design cycle. We
Yeah,
can
I
just
don't think we
we
need
can
to go
just
through
change the
design cycle. I
font.
just
No, you don't need to.
yeah, I think maybe there's a mismatch from the
Yeah,
code
yeah.
and things like
Possible
that.
actually.
Yeah,
Possible. Yeah, possible. Of
yeah,
course, it's
because I
possible.
don't remember it to be like this from the design.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me just double
It's
check.
possible. Let me go and double check if it is for the design. Sorry, if it is from our fault, either from no shots or our team, we will fix it immediately. We will fix it immediately. And even if it is not, then we'll ask you a question on the email, and you can tell us what font size you want. Inshallah, we will
Okay.
improve on that. Should not be a problem. It's all minor issues. Such minor issues. It's not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, no problem.
Okay, so you want us to continue? You
Yes,
want me to
please.
continue, or yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
fine. So
continue.
basically, at this point, I am able to select any time slot I want. Let me select 2:30, and when I show you the same screen again, you can see it will be disappear. It will disappear from the list. You'll see only 1:30 and 4:30. You'll see 2:30 will be disappeared after we're done. After we're done the scheduling. After we're done the payment actually. And at this point, I can continue to proceed to checkout. I click on proceed to checkout. Says it gives a message in the bottom singles day schedule successfully, and it goes to the payment page where I can enter where I can enter the credit card information. Okay, and we have picked a Monday. Remember Monday? We took a Monday. I put some information over here, and if I want to actually donate, I can donate at this point, or I can say no. Let me just pick some donation just for the demo. Okay, and I can click confirm button, confirm and review. So it will basically invoke this at this point, and it will so it says giving a message information transaction was successful. It'll give this message transaction was successful message at the bottom. And at this point, actually, we are done. Actually, we are done. Basically, at this point, we basically we are going to go to that new screen you guys are developing to
Yeah.
show the summary and review and other stuff. But right now, we are done with the demo. At this point, you have only one option to sign out. You can only do sign out and then go back. And you can look at the Stripe dashboard of this transaction, which we just now did. We can see that. So that's all the only option we have. So any questions on this screen? You have any
Um,
question on the screen?
so just one thing right off the bat, which is the CVC.
Yeah.
We thought we would not use the CVC because of the debit cards don't have CVC,
Okay.
and so and Stripe told us that we could not
We could skip it, huh?
we could skip
Okay.
it. Yes.
Okay. Then again, let us see if we can able to skip it. If we can able to remove it, inshallah.
Okay. So that's the only
That
thing, but
is
otherwise
small.
it
It is
looks
very
good.
small. No? On that. Okay. CBC. Okay. Fine. Okay. Very good, inshallah. So
So
we will look into it. Yes, we will look at it, inshallah. And let me sign out and then go back to that and to show you that time slot should have disappeared. Let me sign out and sign back again. That should have been taken now. Showing the profile screen again. Continue. Single day. And Monday. See, so it has now removed this, that 2:30 time slot has been removed.
yes.
Shows 1:30 and 4:30. So in the database, it will be marked as unavailable for the teacher. For the teacher, it will be unavailable marker. I think, and we also implemented that. We also implementing the 15 minutes block period, but it's very hard to demonstrate right now
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
because we need to physically wait for 15 minutes doing nothing for it to expire and show it to our.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. Uh, okay.
When you're doing the testing, you can
Yeah.
go and verify. When you're doing
Inshallah.
testing, you can verify that.
Quick question. So on the calendar view, if we go to Dr. Bilal Phillips' calendar
Teacher,
view,
yeah. 1 minute, okay?
yeah, teacher's calendar view, would it would the slot be coming as like not available, or what is it going to do?
Yes, it's correct. Good question. Right now, actually, yes, the answer to your question is no. It will not have any effect. Answer to your question. For multiple reasons. Number one, like we discussed in the earlier part of this meeting, that actually we are not repeating this schedule basically physically throughout the year. We are not. We are not repeating this whole schedule. We're doing it. So we cannot mark on the calendar like visually saying that it is not unavailable. But actually, we can do. Actually, I thought about it. We can create a daily schedule automatically saying it is unavailable because we know that this time slot has been taken. We can do that, but the weekly we cannot touch. But the weekly schedule we cannot update it. We cannot update it. That is number one. Because in the database we have only one entry. We don't have the repeating entry in the database. But actually, what we have done one more thing. We have I can show you the database. Actually, I can show you the database. Just give me a minute. Okay, here's the Tanzeel database. If you can see it, basically we have like 2 or 3 tables we have created for this purpose. One is the teacher schedule, which you asked about. Teacher schedule. Here is the data from the teacher schedule. Okay, so it will not make much sense to you. Also have another table we have created called teacher weekly schedule. So basically what we do is teacher weekly schedule. Teacher weekly schedule is actually the time slots. Actually, what do you say is the time slot? In this calendar, in this database, we mark those as actually unavailable like here. Like here you can see unavailable 0 is available 0 and available 0 and here available 1. Available 1 means it is available and available 0 means actually it's not available. Basically it's like a
Okay.
Boolean flag. So in this level, at this level, basically in this table called teacher weekly schedule, we keep the detailed time slots for the teacher, but it's not visually available right now. It's not basically visual shown right now. So basically, if that is a requirement that we have to repeat this kind of weekly schedule across the calendar perpetually, then at that time we can implement that as well.
Okay. So
Yeah, at the time it will automatically.
so yes, it is a requirement for two reasons. One is when the teachers log into their schedule, right? They need to visually
Yeah.
see onto their account. They need to visually
Makes
see
sense. Okay.
who is their student today and who is not, right? And
Okay.
what slots are available, what's not. So it has to be kind of live because
Right.
as students sign up, teachers kind of need to see that, okay, I have this student next. And then from the calendar, for example, and this is something, inshallah, we have in the future because we didn't do the teacher login and how does the teacher see the calendar. That piece is not done yet, right?
Okay.
Because this is right now just admin. But
Right.
what would happen is when the teacher logs in, they will be able to look into their calendar and
Right.
they from each slot. So let's say they'll see a weekly view. That's what we were primarily worried about for the teacher, weekly view.
Right.
So then they can see, okay, today at 9 a.m. I have this student. Okay, then at 10 a.m. I have that student, right? And then what's gonna happen is teachers should be like from our perspective, teachers should be able to click, for example, or hover over the time slot and then see some basic
Yeah.
details of the student. And then
Yeah.
there
Right.
could even, when we integrate the classroom, for example, uh,
Right.
right, then if this student has a unique link, for example, for his or her classroom, then perhaps even a small URL or link to that so that the teacher can click there and go to the class, for example. So there's a lot of function involving the teacher and the schedule.
Right. Right. Right.
So that's why the visual part is
Yeah, okay,
necessary
I
because that's
understand now.
what
Yeah,
teachers are
and
going to.
yes, yes, I understand. Like you give me the overview
Yeah.
right now. I understand. Yeah, it is needed. It is required, inshallah. So you can add a comment for us. You can add an update for us on
Yeah.
that, on this what we just now discussed, and we'll go ahead and implement it, inshallah. We'll go ahead and implement
Okay. So where
it.
should I? So I just add this as a comment, right?
Yes, as a comment is also fine. A comment is fine. Yeah, as a comment is good. As a comment to this sprint review, basically
Okay.
on that user story on the surface, since we have implemented the LZT 167, which is a single schedule which we implemented now. You can go and put a comment that whatever inconsistencies or whatever things you found were not right or needs to improve or whatever that is, you can go and add that, inshallah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
also
Inshallah.
send us an email, put it in the you know, it will be good actually, it will be good. So
So
that the
it
whole
will
team
be
can see it,
tomorrow.
the whole
It
team.
it will be tomorrow though that I can do it. Is that
Yeah, of
okay?
course, of course. Yeah, it should be okay, no problem.
Okay.
And by the way, we are going to start. We are going to start on the multiple schedule actually from today,
Okay.
and we will wait for your comments, and we will also incorporate it because it will also affect the multiple schedule. Whatever you
Yeah.
are
So
entering all these comments, it's for both. It's for single and multiple. So we are starting
yeah.
with the
So
multiple schedule interface, inshallah, today. Yes, please.
maybe I don't know. I'll try to write this comment on the Jira tonight.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this
sure.
is kind of like as you can see the importance of it slowly, because what will happen is this data, the backend data kind of needs to reflect on the calendar because when a teacher logs in, then teacher
Yeah.
will be
Then
able to
yes,
see all
sure. I
the.
understand. Yes, I understand. Very, yes, I understand.
Okay. Inshallah.
Very good, Alhamdulillah. So,
So,
any more questions or comments? Please let us know. Please.
Kasmani, you have any questions?
No, I think so far it's good. I'm gonna try and catch up with some of the stuff. But Abdullah, Jazakallah khair. So far, I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
shaping
yeah.
up pretty well, Alhamdulillah. So,
Yeah, we will be more than happy if we can able to hear your voice in every meeting.
oh, inshallah,
It will give us more encouragement and boost, inshallah.
no, inshallah, if going forward, he will. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join, but Alhamdulillah, I'm better now, so I should be able to join your meeting.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, very good.
Akhi Abdullah,
No.
do you wanna go over the multiple schedule?
Multiple, yes, please, you can, but if you have time. Otherwise, yeah,
Okay,
we
so
are all here, so that's good that we can do it
okay,
now. We'll all
actually,
can
I want
contribute.
to
Yeah,
I
please.
want to invert it. So I want you to explain to us the multiple schedule, so that so
I
that
like that. I like that.
so
I
that,
like that. Alhamdulillah.
it's like
Let's go over it. Let's go. Yes, please.
when a teacher teaches the student, and then how much did the student understand? You don't know until you ask the student to teach the subject, and
So you
then
want to do it on me now? Okay, Alhamdulillah. I understand. Okay, no.
By
But
no mean, I am not the teacher here. I just utilizing the same strategy. That's all.
for me, it's all fun. I have no issues doing any either way. Okay, let me open the designs which you have sent us. As long as you can able to see my screens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we can see
See
your
if you can able
screen.
to see my screens. So what I showed is this much. I'm going to show you. Okay, my Windows may not be very good compared to your Mac. Okay, inshallah.
No worries.
Okay, here is the single day and multiple day
By the
screen
way,
where
if did you
the student
notice
will
the
start.
did you notice the arrows were
Sorry?
missing from the live
Oh,
form?
really?
The arrows.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, sorry?
The arrow. So
Okay. Yeah, the
single day,
arrow.
multiple day. Yeah, the arrow was
Uh-huh.
missing from the demo that you showed us.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't pay that much attention. Let me go back.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Let me go back.
We will send you
Yeah,
the screenshots for
you're
sure.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, basically the student will start on multiple days. Basically, the student, if he
Yeah.
likes to schedule himself for basically more than one class per week, instead
Yes.
of if he feels he is available or he wants to take more than one class per week, then he should, from the beginning itself, he should go and select the multiple days option.
Yes.
If not, if he went to the singles day and if he changes his mind, also we are giving a link, like you guys saw
Yes.
it
At the
already.
bottom.
In case he actually start with a single schedule and he changes his mind, then he can click on this link. I want to have multiple classes week, and he will be end up with this multiple days screen. Inshallah. That's number one. And number two, I want to go to the next screen now. Let me see.
It's just a
Okay.
highlight. How does the highlight look
Yes,
like?
just highlight. So let's go to the third screen. Here is the main screen. Looks like it has all the data. Let me know if you can able to
Yeah, we can see it.
see it clearly. Multiple days. Okay, we have these two drop downs explained on the next screen. I think the next chart, the next screen is these drop downs are explained. The way I understood is right now we are showing only one teacher's data, but that will change kind of like what we discussed about the algorithm or the logic. We're going to change that a little bit. But in this one, the student can see basically multiple teacher schedule as it is, whatever in the database.
Yes.
Basically, we are showing it over here without merging the data,
Yes.
without splitting the data. We are showing as it is, whatever in the database. We are showing it over here.
Yes.
Correct? And yeah, actually, one of our developer actually asked a question at the screen. So let me ask that to you. He asked, "What about actually putting the time zone selection over here, like in the last screen, we have the time zone selection. What if we put the time zone so that if they want to see this timing not in the default time zone of the student, but in some other time zone, they should be able to see it. So what's your feedback on it?
Okay, so that's a good question. What I was thinking is actually to remove even the time zone option from the single day.
Okay, please tell me. Okay,
Uh,
why is
why?
that?
Because it's if we selected the student's time zone already in the previous screen, the about you section, there
Yeah.
is no need to secondarily go
Okay,
and confuse the student. So
okay, fine then.
I've been
Okay,
actually thinking about getting rid of that altogether as
okay,
well,
sure,
because
no problem.
it's just an extra step I don't think the student needs to look at.
Okay,
Um, and I think maybe one thing to note here is we need to tell the student that these are already converted to their time zones, right? So I think
yes,
maybe
yes.
we need to add that as a note.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I understood.
then that way we remove any sort of confusion from the student's mind.
Okay, inshallah. Very good. Okay, fine then. Inshallah, we will like if this is your like official statement, you can so you can put a comment on that. But you can
Yeah,
put a comment on that for us to remove. Then we will remove it, inshallah,
yeah,
from the screen. Okay, so fine then. So basically, here we'll be showing the multiple teacher schedule, whatever available in the data as it is in the available data, and for the teacher one schedule basically, and we also read on the sprint 6 business logic document that we will not be showing the names of the teacher, but we will be giving an
Yeah.
serial number, teacher 1, teacher 2, like that, we'll showing a serial
Yeah,
number.
something like that. Yeah.
Yes. So we will be hiding the teacher name at this point. But I want to ask you a question. On the email, it should appear, right? On the email we are sending out,
Yeah.
the name should
Actually,
appear, right?
on the summary screen, it will appear,
Yeah.
inshallah.
It will appear on
Yeah.
the screen. Also, the email also will appear, right?
Also the email, yes.
Yeah. Actually, I did not show you the email. Should have sent out an email right now. Let's see. Some reason my emails are not in synchronized. It should have came an email should have come to me at this point, since we have make the payment with all, but I can show you some of the old email. I can show you some of the old emails I have available. I can show you to you. Just yeah, okay. Here is the old emails I have. So basically, the email confirming the enrollment will appear like this almost. Here is a logo of Tanzeel, and we have this text which you have given us, and we replace all the information which we discussed, like the teacher's name will be shown like this, and the Skype ID of the teacher will be shown, and the name of the student and student ID. The student ID we have not implemented yet, and we will implement inshallah soon, inshallah. And Skype ID, you made some comments on that, and we read it. Inshallah,
Yeah,
we need to do that.
let's discuss it as part of this, if we can, after you show us this.
Yeah, sure. And we show the actual phone number, whatever phone number on the profile screen. Let me show it over here. And here is the email address, and then it goes down. You may use your email. Okay, fine. And actually, we show the weekly schedule, and whatever the scheduled times, whatever the class scheduled times of the student, all of them will be listed over here. Actually, currently it's showing Monday 9 to 10, and GMT plus 5:30 is showing over here. And if there are actually more than one class, it will be shown over here. And it shows the first class schedule. Your classes will begin as the model on the Monday 9 a.m., which is what he has done the schedule in social revolution. Showing that over here. And the rest is the text you have given us. And the payment, and the payment is also the text you have given us. Basically, the payment, since we are using actually $5 per class, so the monthly bill will be $20 if we consider like 4 weeks for 4 classes. And the maximum will be $25. It might go one more class. It might go one more week more actually. So one more class more. And the rest should be the same. The rest should be all the hard-coded text actually. Important note and everything else. Okay, this is the email actually. Okay.
The Tanzeel logo at the top.
It's too big.
So on the email, on the document that I attached, I just had it. I had it much smaller.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. So if they could reduce
the document you attached. Document you attached. You mean the 26 document, right?
Yeah.
26 document talking about, right?
So there's like an email document I attached.
Email document you attached.
Yeah, on Jira. On Jira. Okay. Yes.
Okay, I'll see.
But it's also at the end of this. You'll see if you go to
it's also the email. Okay, it's on this document also. Okay, well, I'll see that. Okay, then. So I will take that logo and then replace with this one. Replace.
So is it? If you just go up, you'll see.
Yeah. I will see over here. Okay, inshallah. So I will use this size, inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use this logo. Okay,
yeah,
so let's go back to the design. Yes, please. Okay, let's go back to the design.
So
okay. Yes,
sorry.
Please, go ahead.
Now, in terms of Skype, right? So here's what I wanted to talk to you about Skype.
Yeah.
That until we integrate the classroom, students will be using Skype, right? Now.
Right.
So that's why on this design and all the user stories, you don't see Skype as a requirement from the student yet. I'm wondering, for the sake of simplicity, should we just add a question, on the About You section? Should we just add a question about like a field about Skype student Skype ID, um, and just collect that
I
information.
think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think we can add that question right now, and we can remove it after we integrate with this
Exactly the
audio
classroom.
video conferencing. Yes, audio video
Exactly, right?
conferencing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about, because I think it just simplifies everything right now for
Correct.
us to
Correct.
just add that. So let me
Right.
just put
Right.
that as a note that I have to send you.
Sure. Sure, inshallah. Okay, let's continue on the design.
Sure, go ahead.
If you want to explain at any point of time the schedule, so you can take over. So just
No, no, no. Okay, you go
yeah,
ahead. You give
going
me.
over. So basically, here we're showing all the multiple teachers who are matching the criteria with the student. It brings all those teachers which are matching the criteria, and it shows the entire schedule of the teacher from the database, like we already said about that. And I want to ask you at this point, yeah, akhi, Tanveer,
Yes.
what if do we need to also show the loose match over here? So what we are showing currently is the exact match, like we already discussed about it. What if is
Yeah,
it any? Yes,
there you go,
yes, please.
mashallah. This is beautiful question. I love this question so much. So what would happen is with the loose match is that the teachers with least matching would appear lower, somewhere lower, right?
Lower. Okay, okay,
Exactly. And teachers with the most amount of match, like once automatically, basically that's what should happen. Teacher with the most amount of match should be at the top, and most amount
okay,
of match and most amount of availability, for example, should be at the
okay,
top,
okay,
like that.
okay. Okay, fine, alhamdulillah. So basically, in this screen, we don't have any kind of confusion. We show the most matching or exact match on the top and the
Yes.
least match on the down. So you don't want to you don't want to separate them with any text, right? With any text or underlining or anything, right? You don't want to differentiate them, right? These are the exact matches. These are the
So,
loose matches. You
so
want to
yeah. So the only time this would happen is, remember, is like studying detailed tafsir or something hard
right,
like
right,
that. Because
right, right,
so if it's like this teacher does not teach beginners, then there would be nothing here, right?
right,
For
correct,
example,
correct,
like, if the
correct.
student is beginner and we don't have beginner teacher, we can't do much about it. If the student is a child and then we don't have a teacher available for the child, we can't do much about it. However, it's
Right.
just for the tafsir part. I think we can formulate the same template, in terms of the single day, right? And say,
Okay.
unfortunately, we couldn't find a teacher matching,
Okay. Okay.
and then here's the teachers that,
Okay.
you
Fine.
know. So I think
Match.
it's the same. Yeah, I think it's the
Same
same.
text. Same
Yeah,
text. What we
same.
discussed on the singles, we'll bring
Exactly.
it over.
Yeah, I
Bring it
think
over.
and that's the easier thing to do. I think.
Yes. Yes. Inshallah. Yeah, we'll do that. Inshallah. We'll do
Sure.
that. But that puts me into another question. Like we also have that single schedule look like screen, right? Which will come next, right? Where
Yes.
the student will pick the time slot, correct?
Yes.
Let me go to that screen.
So basically, what happens is the student selects from here,
Oh, here.
like,
Yes,
so
please tell me.
not from here. So from the previous screen, if you go back to the previous screen,
Previous screen. Huh?
yeah. Sorry. So for example, this screen, right? Now,
Okay.
what will happen is the student will see and then say, okay, these are the times that look, for example, like me, right?
Right.
So there are two options the student has: either to just scroll through this and then just select and click to explore and then go, or
Okay.
use the filter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, use a filter. Okay, fine.
Yes. As
Use a
they
filter.
filter, the search results shrinks or expand, you know?
Yeah. Fine with
Yes.
us.
And then once the filter results are out, then they go to click to explore, right?
Okay.
And that's when they see the daily view.
Oh, okay. I see a point. I see it. So click to export is the link. They need to
Yes.
click to see that
So
the
this
next.
is actually going to be not just click to explore, but the entire box, we want to make it clickable.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Does that make
I
sense?
understand. Yeah.
So
It
that the student
makes
can like tap or click anywhere on the screen
yeah, I
to
understand. Okay. Fine. I understand. So, but actually, for him to click to explore, doesn't he has to first click one of the time slots? No,
No,
you don't
no,
have to say no.
no. So
Okay, okay.
what this will do is it will take the student to this specific teachers.
Teacher. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes,
Okay, okay. Then he will pick the time slot.
yes.
Okay, in that time slot screen, we will not mix other teachers, right? We will not mix other
No,
teachers.
no, we
We
will
will
not.
not. Unlike what we discussed in the single. Unlike what we
Yes,
discussed in the single, we are mixing now.
yes,
We
yes.
mixing.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Here
Okay,
everything
Alhamdulillah.
remains separate because we're
Yeah,
given because it's multiple days, so the student needs to take the classes with the same teacher on multiple days. We can't mix and match the teachers,
correct,
right?
correct,
So that's
correct.
why this restriction is here.
Okay, okay. And then I think you should have a way for him to for him
Come
to
back.
come back again, to
Yeah.
come back, for him to
So
come back.
so I'm thinking maybe we just add a button at the bottom.
Okay.
If you go to the next screen,
Yeah, okay, I'll go 1 minute.
just trying to think. So here you see
Yeah,
proceed to checkout, right? Or maybe
yeah.
we replicate a button like this, right?
Okay,
Um, or actually underneath that, uh,
okay,
you know how for the single uh, when a student goes to single days schedule, and then it says I want to take multiple days,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
there's a
yeah,
link
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
thinking we should just add a link like that, say that go back to
Okay,
search results or go
okay,
back,
fine.
something like that, and then that way students can come back to the back page.
Okay, fine then. So if you can able to also add that as a note or something,
Yeah.
that
So let me just take a look.
which will be good, inshallah. Should be good.
Subhanallah. Sometimes I think, you think, okay, you finish the work, it's done, and then you're like, you're right, it's done. you got to
Alhamdulillah.
you got to review. You find more things that you need to fix or review.
So in teamwork, actually, we have a lot of barakah in teamwork. We
Alhamdulillah.
always learn from each other and correct our things from teamwork.
Okay, طيب. Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to the same screen. See if there is anything else we need to catch there. Okay, anything else I was
So
missing? I need to
yeah,
catch
so the
or
other
okay,
thing is when there are let's say one teacher, if you look at the teacher two schedule, you'll see like some of the box have three, some of the box has
right,
four, six,
right,
four, right?
right.
So how do you show more than four, for example, right? So there's a little bit of a scrolling mechanism
Scrolling
in there.
mechanism over here. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
The scrolling mechanism actually here is within the box in and of itself, not necessarily with the whole box. So if you zoom in,
Zoom in, huh?
yeah, actually it's better shown in the next screen. Actually, if you
Oh,
can
okay,
go,
okay, okay.
yeah. So here now zoom
That's
in.
great. Yeah,
You see within the
yeah,
box
yeah,
you see
yeah,
a
yeah. Yes,
scroll bar.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I can see. I can see that.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
yeah. Let me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just good, good thing. Good thing you pointed to me on this one. So let me see for developers have approached this or not.
yeah.
As I
So
mentioned
how
at the beginning,
how
we
we
can
can
do.
do it anyway? This is something we suggested. If you have a better idea,
Yeah, sure,
obviously,
sure.
inshallah, we can implement. But this is,
Of course.
and then you also have a scroll bar on the right side
Yes, I can see that. Yes,
to go up and down between different teachers and all.
yes, for the teachers. Yes, we understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, we understand that.
And
Alhamdulillah.
then at the top, I think you'll see on the other screen, you'll see the filters. Yes.
Yeah, filters. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, filters are okay. Filters we can understand. Alhamdulillah.
Okay. So basically, yeah. So I think I don't know how this is going to turn out on mobile. So we have to wait and see. I think
Okay.
we might have to redesign just the drop down and the filters for mobile. That's my thought process so far. I don't know how this is going to look on mobile, because people need to be able to turn it on and off, right, on a mobile screen with a
Right,
drop
right,
down. So I
right.
don't know how this is going to look, and that's why I didn't get this. We have this done, but I don't know how this is going to look. So I want to see how it looks on mobile, and
Okay.
then if we need to redesign, we'll just redesign the drop down.
Sure, sure. Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
just make it bigger. Basically, that's what you might have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do.
As far as my understanding, it might take the whole screen when the user when the
Yeah,
user clicks
which
and
is
open the drop
which
down,
is
it'll take the whole screen
yeah,
on the mobile.
which is fine.
And once yes,
Which is fine.
and once you make the selection, it should automatically go back to that screen.
Exactly, which is fine. So if that's done, then that's fine. But it's just
Yeah,
I don't know how the mobile implementation will be. If the mobile implementation is
sure,
good
sure.
for this,
We
then
will
it
see
should.
that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Sure. Okay,
And
anything else?
and the next screens are the same. So if you go next, you'll see the multiple days being
Next,
selected.
okay. Why you have this box
So so this basically
hidden? Okay.
shows that this is selected.
Okay, sorry.
So this shows that teacher one schedule
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
selected.
Was selected. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, Masha. Very good.
So if you go next one, yes. So here, okay. So
Time zone.
skip this one. Go to the next one. It's time zone. Okay, here. Sorry, this one. No, after the one
This one,
after.
the one after
No.
this one,
Yeah, yeah.
this one.
So I just want to explain this one. So here you see the grade boxes at the top. So
Yeah, yeah,
Monday,
yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. What this means is these students on their drop down, the filter, these are the days they selected.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. And then what the system should do is it should bring to the first day automatically. So if you go next, you'll see that one of the days should be selected. So this is
Yeah, I can
I can
see.
show you. So technically, system should be bringing them to this screen with Monday selected, for example,
Right,
and then
right.
the student can select a time on Monday, and then once they select, then using the arrow to the right here, they can go to the right, or they can also click on the day, the next day, to go to that day.
Right, right.
Does that make
Okay, I
sense? So
understand.
they can
Yeah, yeah,
navigate between the days two ways, from
makes
the
sense.
top or
Yes.
from the
There's an
side.
arrow mark over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Or with this one.
And however, also at the same time, in case the student wants to look at the schedule on Sunday, they can also do that. However, that even though that was not their preference, we
Right.
still allow them to look at Sunday if they want to, or Friday.
Okay. In this case, on Sunday, will it show the same teacher's data or some other
It's
teacher's
same
data?
same teacher's data.
Same teacher's data.
Yeah.
Then how did he select these days? You understand my question?
Yeah.
Because in that screen we are not selecting the time slot. We are selecting only the teacher.
No, go
Right.
back, go back.
Only the teacher.
You'll
We are
see
not
the
selecting the time
filter.
slot.
You'll see the filter at the top.
Over here, right?
Yes, yeah. So
The
look at
screen.
the
Okay.
filters now. You see, so the
Oh,
text.
okay, okay. I got it. Sunday, Wednesday. I got it.
Okay, and they
Got
can
it. Got it.
also do filters mornings, afternoons,
So
evenings,
basically, these are
nights.
the filters. Basically, what you show in the gray,
Yes,
these are the filtered data. And then when you
yes,
select the teacher, okay, I understand.
yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Right. Okay.
so if someone wants to see everything, they can see that. If they want to filter the data, they can also filter the data, right? And then based on that, they will see that those data.
Okay. Right. Great.
Okay, but
Alhamdulillah.
the exception is just because they selected those days as filters, uh, doesn't mean they can't select from another day that they haven't
Right.
selected.
Right.
If the
I understand.
same teacher has availability, the student can do. No
I
problem.
understand. I understand. Clear.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, it's clear. Alhamdulillah.
Um, so that's multiple days.
Very good. Alhamdulillah. Very good. Alhamdulillah. So we're done unless you want me to explain anything.
No, we're good.
Okay,
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair.
then Alhamdulillah. So actually, like we agreed, you can add all those
Yes.
comments, and I will take all the comments, whatever I learned from you today, whatever we need
Inshallah.
to fix on the single screen, inshallah, I will communicate to the team and get that fixed, inshallah.
Okay. So I will try to put the comments in the morning, inshallah.
Yeah, no problem. You can take a peaceful nap, peaceful sleep.
I
Inshallah,
hope
tomorrow
so.
morning you can pray Fajr, and if you're praying Tahajjud, also make dua for us.
Inshallah, we'll do.
And
and I will put them tomorrow, inshallah. And then tomorrow, just to kind of give you another sort of update. So I'm meeting with this sister from Australia. She's actually from Singapore originally. She's a UX designer and UI designer.
Okay.
So to start on the student dashboard, right? Because what happens after a student makes payment and everything, they need to come somewhere, right? And they need to do something. So like different activities that they have to do. So inshallah, I've done some sketching for that, and I'm going to get her started this week on design for that, inshallah as well. So we will get on that because the admin side of things we have that Medtronic template that we're using, but for the student we're going to build something right from scratch. So that's currently basically being uh, that's in the process, inshallah. So I've worked on some of the things today, like how notifications will look like, how things will look like. So I've been working on that, and inshallah we'll go to design hopefully next week. This week we'll do mostly sketching, agree on things, and then by the time we do all these revisions uh, and the summer screen, inshallah we would have them ready. Inshallah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Okay. طيب أخي جزاك الله خير, and
وإياك.
we'll be in touch inshallah. جزاك الله
Okay.
خير.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu
وعليكم
alaikum.
السلام.
Barakallahu feek. Assalamu alaikum.
وإياك.